So in the last video we have seen the reference angle and how to find out the value for reference angle, sine, cosine values. So we have just left an example there. Example, find the value of sine 150 degree cos 150 degree. So how we are going to find out this value? So first we have to find out the reference angle of this particular angle. So what is the reference angle? 150 is in the first quadrant of this unit circle, right? 150 somewhere here, 150 degree. So it makes the angle with the horizontal axis, which is 30 degree. So the reference angle will be 30 degree. Why? Because we have to be 30 degree. Sine 30 cos 30 is known. We know the value. So we know sine 30 is half. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. So by using this, we are going to find out the 150. So the 150 degree. So the sine, this, as we know, this is the cos 30. Let's say this is cos 30 comma sine 30. That is the coordinate of this particular point. So this is a symmetric point. This is exactly the symmetric point of this point. So this is going to be, the y value is not changing. So sine value, sine 30 is the same over here. But the x value here is, this is x, this is some minus x. So the x value here is cos 30. So the x value here is minus cos 30. So the sine 150 value is going to be sine 30 degree. Cos 150 is going to be minus cos 30 degree. So it's going to be sine 50, it is half, and the cos 150 is going to be minus root 3 by 2. But it is like a geometrical exercise. Whenever angle which is more than 90 degree asked, we cannot draw this every time and see and draw these lines and all. It is very difficult. I'm going to teach you how to easily find out for any angle the sine value and the cosine value with the negative and positive values. What I mean is easy tricks we are going to learn. So first we will analyze. This is a first quadrant of the circle, this is second quadrant, this is third quadrant, this is fourth quadrant. In the first quadrant, all the values, all trigonometrical values will be positive. Like sine value is positive, all the cosine value is positive, as well as tan value also positive, because tan is sine over cos, right? Sine over cos. So you have to memorize this. All here, it is all value is positive. Like any angle which is you are taking, like from 0 to 90 degree, sine 30, sine 45, sine 60, sine 75, sine 85, sine 89, all these values, as well as cosine 30, cosine 60, cosine 45, any value in between 0 to 90 means first quadrant of the circle. Any value is positive. so it means all. Here in the second quadrant, it is called silver. Silver. You have to remember in this way because it is an easy way. It's a trick. Silver means sign value in the second quadrant of the circle is only positive. Cosine is going to be negative. Tan also going to be negative. Only the sign value is positive in the second quadrant. That is called silver. Why we call this silver is only the sign value is positive in the second quadrant of the circle. In the third quadrant of the circle, it is called T. T means only the tan value is positive. Tan. Other all values, tan is positive. T. In the fourth quadrant, cup. It's called cup. Why? You can easily find out how. Cos is positive, yes. The sign value is negative, cos is positive, tan is also negative. So all silver teacup. You have to have a note on this. All silver teacup. For example, if you take any value in this quadrant of the circle, like for example 240 degree, so only for 240 degree sine, for example sine 240, cos 240, tan 240. So you can directly say that tan 240 value is only positive value, but for this value, how to find out this value we will learn next. Sine 240 is going to be negative value for sure. So this is a very easy trick that you can use and analyze your values and find you can actually compare your values with the scientific calculator values. If you find out any value in sine, for example, if you just put randomly sine 300 degree, it's going to be negative or positive. That's your question. That's your first biggest question, right? Negative or positive. So of course 300 lies on the fourth quadrant of the circle, right? Of course it is going to be 300 degree is fourth quadrant of the circle. So all silver teacup. So only silver, the second quadrant only sign value is positive. The fourth quadrant sign value is going to be negative. So you can directly say this value is going to be negative number. Okay, that is apart from plus or minus value of sin tan. So what about the value? How to find out this exact value of a particular angle? Okay, find out sin n pi plus theta value cos n pi plus theta value. What is mean by this? So for example, sin pi plus theta, cos pi plus theta. So n can take 1, 2, 3, 4 values. For example, sin 2 pi plus theta, cos 2 pi plus theta. Then sin 3 pi plus theta, cos 3 pi plus theta. So first you have to find out, you're going to find out these values. First you have to find out which quadrant of the circle it lies. Pi means, I will teach this one in the next steps. What is mean by this pi and why it is related to this 180? Phi is 180 degree. Phi is another unit called radian to measure an angle. Normally we use this degree to measure the angle, but there is a SI unit in measuring angle, which is phi. So instead of 180 degree, we can use phi radian. So phi is just 180. Just at the moment you just remember phi is 180. Instead of putting 180 here, I have put pi here. Okay, so pi means 180, this horizontal line. Phi plus theta means somewhere it's going to lie here. Pi plus theta is this 180 plus theta. So this, in this area, all silver teacup. This is sign value is of course negative, because in the third quadrant of the circle tan value is only positive. So we can put minus here. Okay, minus here, and cos phi plus theta also negative. So you put the sign over here, but sign means the negative or positive number is going to come. So what about the value pi plus theta? So if anything like phi coming, like multiples of pi, 1 pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, it's going to be the same sign, it's going to come, same trigonometrical function is going to come. If phi coming, phi plus theta or phi minus theta, if phi coming here, it is going to be sign means it is sign here, cos mean it is cos here, the same will come. That's how, it is a trick. You have to learn how to find quickly about values. And phi, multiples of phi means n is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. In this case, phi, 2 phi plus theta or something, the sign value means sign is going to come. So 2 phi means, so sign value is going to come. Cos means 2 phi means cos value is going to come. 3 phi means sign value is going to come. 3 phi here, cos means cos value is going to come. I will come to the sign later. What about this? Sin phi plus theta is sin theta minus sin theta. Cos phi plus theta minus cos theta, as well as same. Sin 2 pi means what? The fourth quadrant. 2 pi is 180 into 2, 360 degree. 360 degree whole circle, right? Whole circle. Plus theta means it is the first quadrant of the circle. So it's every value is plus positive. 3 phi means what? 1 pi. I will explain it like this. 1 pi, 2 pi, 3 pi. It means 180, another 180, another 180. So 3 pi is here, this point, and this is again the third quadrant of the circle. So only the tan value is positive. So all this will be negative number. So it's like a quick, easy trick how you can find out the values. Let's move on to some example. How to do this? Let's work on some example. For example, okay, sine 210 degree. Okay, cos 210 degree. Okay, sine 270 plus 280, 300 degree, or you can say, sine 300 cos 300 degree. You're going to find how you're going to find it. So first you have to write this in a reference format, because 210 is not related with any value like 30, 60, 45. You have to relate with this, then only we know these values only. We studied these values only. So 210 means you can write sine 180 degree plus 30 degree, right? As well as cos 180 degree plus 30 degree. Here sine 360 minus 60 degree. Or you can write this one as pi, this one as 2 pi, this one as pi. So anything is possible. Sine 360 degree minus 60 degree. So it's like this. Okay. So sine 180 plus t. First we have to find out all silver teacup. all silver teacup. So 180 plus 30 is somewhere here, 30 degree. 180 plus 30, 210 degree is somewhere here on the third quadrant of the circle. Tan value, T means tan value is only positive. So this is going to give you a minus value. This is going to give you a minus value. So 180 means pi. I have already taught you pi in the multiples of pi will come the same trigonometrical ratio. If pi, 2 pi, 3 pi coming, the sign means the value is sine. Cosine means the value is cosine. So sine 30. So our life is easy now. See, minus sine 30. It is very easy value to find out. This is something like we don't know what is exactly it is, but minus sine 30 is possible because we know sine 30 degrees half. We already proved it. We already put a chart on it and we already memorized it. So it's easy. So minus half. So sine 210 degree is minus half. So how easy it is. You don't have to write every time. You don't have to draw this, like a unit circle and find out, so do some geometry, and it is very difficult. But in this trick, in this quickest way, you can find any value. But if you can relate with some of the known values, like reference values. So cos 180 plus 30. So we already find out this is a minus value. So cos 180. So pi plus 30. So pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, the same trigonometrical ratio will come. So cos 30 degree. Cos 30 is minus root 3 by 2. So cos 30 is root 3 by 2. So minus root 3 by 2. So cos 210 is going to be minus root 3 by 2. Same applies to here. So actually this will come the n pi plus or minus theta. So anything like plus or minus. This applies. Plus or minus. So we use minus here. 360. So 300 can be relate like what? Relate like 360 plus 60. It is 300. So let's say only to find out the sign, you can write this all silver teacup. 360 minus 60 is where it lies. Of course, it is in the fourth quadrant of the circle. So cos value is only positive. Sorry, this is going to be cos. Please change this one. It was wrong. What I wrote was wrong. This is cos. Cos means cos. Cos and cos. Okay. Cos value is only positive in the fourth quadrant of the circle. The sign. For the sign is going to be negative, of course. This is positive. But what about the sine or cosine will come? Sine will come because 2 pi. Multiples of pi. Sine 60 degree. Cos 60 degree. The life is easy now. Sine 60 is root 3 by 2. So this value is minus root 3 by 2. This value is plus half. So it's very easy. So you can find any value. So let's see the example we wrote. One example we have seen here at the starting of the video. So we have to find out sine 150 and cos 150, but we draw this one, and logically we proved it, but we can see easily by using this method that we learned now. Sine 150, cos 150. So now relate with the known angle. So 150 is 180 minus 30, right? So sine 180 minus 30 degree, cos 180 minus 30 degree, or you can write like sine pi minus 30 cos pi minus 30. So what, we'll just check the sign here. All silver, teacup. 150 lies in the second quadrant of the circle. The sign value is going to be positive, cos is minus, pi means pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, sign value means sign value, so sine 30, cos value means cos value, cos 30. So very easy. So sine 30 is half, so plus half. This is minus root 3 by 2. So you can check the values that we found over here. Sine 30 is half, minus root 3 by 2. So it is easy. This way is very, very easy.